Okay, guys, this is going to be assignment number 2, and we're going to be talking about O-snaps, copy, trim, and extend. In this assignment, you're just going to draw a basic car or truck. That's it. It's pretty easy. So let's go to start drawing again. Remember, you're in model space. So let's use the line tool first of all. I'm going to draw a truck. We're going to start with the bed, go up over. Now, I want you to notice that if you hover over one of these O-snaps and you just move out kind of in a straight line, either vertically or horizontally, these green lines appear. That'll just keep you lined up. So this is going to be our truck. I want you guys to be aware of what hitting enter or escape does. So if we were to draw a circle, first of all, I want you to look down here. This command prompt. As we draw a circle, it goes through and it gives us options. Anything in here in the parentheses, we can type in, and they are the same as whatever's in this drop-down box. So you have two ways. You can click on something, or you can go ahead and type it in by hand. So watch this, because it will tell you what we're doing. If you want to get out of a command, hit escape. So circle, it wants to know, well, where's the center point? Right now it wants to click snap to one of these snap points. So if I want it to be here, it's kind of hard because it's snapping to a corner. So what we can do, you could use the F3 button. And it shuts off or turns on snaps. Okay. You go down here, right here, and click, see, F3. This is F3, turns on off O-snaps. Or you can click next to it. And these are all of the various O-snaps that we can use. Okay. So I like having intersection on and center point on, endpoint, midpoint. And I will also use nearest quite often. All right. Let's go back to our circle. Nearest, it allows us just to select anywhere on this line. Okay, so we're going to use regular circle. Click on this line. We're going to go out about that big. And we can use the copy command, which is new command. So if you don't know what something is, just hover over top of it. And this is the copy command. We're going to click on it. You'll notice the first thing it says is, well, what do we want to select? Copy selected items. So we're going to select this one. You can select more than one item. You can keep selecting things, but this is all we want. So then we'll hit enter, and that brings us to the next prompt. It says, well, where do you want to move it from? Where's the point of displacement? I normally like clicking on the center. That's where you're going to grab it from and drag it from. So we'll put it up here. Okay, and we could keep doing this. But we're just going to hit enter to get out of it, or you can hit escape. So now we'll go through and we'll talk about the trim and extend commands. That's trim. If you go down, extend is down here. So we'll start with trim. So we click on the trim command. The first line you select is where you want to trim something to. So if you had a piece of string and you snipped it with some scissors, you'd want to cut it right here. Okay, it's where you're snipping it to, there and there. You click more than one spot, but for now we want to trim this middle line, so we're gonna click enter. So cut it here and here. Now that I've clicked my first button, I want to go through and click the second one. So the second one is, what line do you actually want to get rid of? So we snipped it here and here. We want to take that, or that. So we want to get rid of this one. Okay. So we'll do the same thing. We can click on the trim command again, or we can go ahead and enter. And that brings it back to this point where we can click on the first object, which is where we want to cut it, hit enter, click on the second object, which is what you want to get rid of, and hit enter. Okay. So I want to add some wheels. We'll use these as the wheel wells. So we'll go like this. Did our first one. We'll copy it again. So hit copy, click on the wheel, hit enter, and we can click on the midpoint and drag it straight over, hit enter. Now I want to get rid of this bottom loop, so it looks like I have a wheel well. So what we'll do in this case, we'll click on this trim command, and I want it to be cut right there, and right there. So we click 3 lines now, and then we hit enter. Now I can get rid of that and that. So you can see we have a truck with wheels, right? Now if you guys want to, and I think you should, go through, add as much little detail as possible. So you can add a window. And again, I'm not too concerned about everything being perfect. If you're having problems with it wanting to snap somewhere, you can hit F3, shut it off. Go straight up, and we'll hit enter to get out of it. So I'm going to click F3 to bring it back. And I want you to just be aware of this little bit hanging out here. If we want to trim it, we'll click the trim command. We can click this line, hit enter, and then click that little bit right here, and it would delete it, but I don't really want to do that. So I want to show you guys the extend command before we do this. So we'll click the down arrow, go to extend. Now extend command is the same way. You have two things you have to click. The first one is where do you want to extend something to? I want to extend this line up. So I'm clicking there, then I hit enter, then I'll click on this line and hit enter. So I want first line you click on is where you want to extend to. Second line is what you want to extend to that point. So if you're wondering how I'm going in and out, zooming in and out very quickly, it's the middle mouse button, the little scroller in the middle of the mouse. You can scroll in and out, and that's zoom. Okay, scroll in and out is zoom. If you click and hold that middle mouse button, it's pan. Just a little tip there should help you out. Now, if we go back and we change this back to trim, remember the first one you click on is where you want to cut it to, hit enter. Second one is what you want to trim, and hit enter. Okay, which is useful. But if you click on the trim command and hit enter right away without clicking on anything is a cutting edge. Any line that intersects it is going to be a cutting edge. So I think that's quite easy sometimes. Okay, so you're going to go through, create your truck, add as much to it as you can think of. If you want to add bumpers, if you want to add another circle in the middle for the rim, here. Sometimes if it doesn't pop up right away, hover near the edge and the circle will pop up in the middle. So you want to add a rim to the middle, we can do that. We can copy it again. And if you right click on the mouse, it's the same as hitting enter. Enter again to get out of it. So keep on going. I don't care. Draw a truck, draw a car, a monster truck, whatever you want to draw. The idea is I want you guys to practice using trim and extend, use copy, and go ahead and use some of these draw tools. So go ahead, do the best you can. When you're done, save it as a PDF again and send it to me.